अग्निर्ज्योति ज्योति अग्निः स्वाहा सूर्यो ज्योति ज्योति सूर्यः स्वाहा अग्निवर्चो ज्योति वर्चः स्वाहा सूर्यो वर्चो ज्योति वर्चः स्वाहा ज्योति सूर्यः सूर्यो ज्योति स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः नमः गन्धाक्षतपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि। ततो नमस्कारं करोमि। गुरु सत्ता का आह्वान करेंगे। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
On everybody's behalf, I request and pray to Guru Satta, please shower your blessings on us, Gurudev. Please shower your blessings on us, Gurudev. Please shower your blessings on us, Gurudev.
Greetings to all the Sai devotees present here. Today, we'll start the program with the incidents of the appointment of Sir John, who was a judge in the English era. So he was an Englishman. Who was appointed a judge at Allahabad, UP. After moving here, he got mixed up with the Indian cultures and traditions. He would visit different ashrams in Allahabad he would meet different gurus over there and great hermits, the sages as well. He would learn their experiences. He got so much inspired from their saintly experiences. From their spiritual knowledge and their philosophies that he penned a book on this very matter. And then he got retired. After that, he went back to England. There he released his book widely. He published it there. He put up several events about his book's release. How did he write it? Under what conditions? The people who helped him in that. These were his own life experiences. Therefore, he would share them with everyone else too. People liked it very much. Many would come there. So, in one such program, a Botham family was present. Mr. Botham and Mrs. Botham. Both the old fellows had come there to attend it. They got very impressed by Sir John, and thus they asked him to come to their house for a dinner. Dinner was an excuse only. They actually wanted more spiritual knowledge. They had that curiosity. They had that spiritual queries. They talked at length on different matters. And in the middle of the conversation, Sir John suddenly said that a saint had given me a precious pearl. He gave it happily to me. He gave it dearly to me. That pearl was gifted to him by his guru. The saint said it was never useful for me, so I give it to you. So this was how Sir John got that pearl. That saint also told that if you wish for something with this pearl in your hand, then you will get it but thrice only. The pearl has such energies inside it, whatever you're going to wish with this pearl in your hand, then the wish is going to be fulfilled for sure. But I have retired now. I have no such wishes or any wishes to fulfill for that matter. I still have the pearl with me. So that's how he explained his story. But the Botham family started asking him, "Give us the pearl. You don't need it. It is of no use to you at all. Give us the pearl. We'll keep it safely, we promise." This Sir John had no family, so he thought that I have turned old. I don't know how for how long I'll live. He said, "It's better you guys can keep it. I have no use of it." He gave them the pearl the next day. Many days hadn't passed when Mrs. Botham wished to check it. She thought that she should try using it to see if it really works or not. So then she put it in her palm to check the pearl's power. However, that Sir John told her that we need not use it. We have got all that we want. No need to use that pearl. But just to do an experiment, she put that pearl in her palm and said, "Within one day, I want 10,000 pounds. So what then? The next day around the afternoon time, someone knocked at their main door. Then one of the Bothams went to open the door. So the Bothams had a son named David. And it was David's boss standing at their door. He said that, I am here to give a very bad news to you. That your son David met with an accident in my factory and died. I am here to give the compensation amount of 10,000 pounds. He said so and gave them a check of 10,000 pounds. The Bothams started crying. Then they said, "We wanted 10,000 pounds, but we never wanted to pay such a cost for that. We did not want to get money in exchange of our dear son's life." Well, they moaned and cried, and then later on they buried their son and grieved for several days because there were only 3 members in their family. So after the son's death, they felt even lonelier there. Then this Mrs. Botham, just after a few days, felt like meeting her dead son. So she kept the pearl in her hand again and said that, "I have a wish to meet my son. I want him to pay one visit to me." So this is how she asked for a second wish. So then, once again, someone knocked at their door. So Mr. Botham looked outside from the window and he couldn't believe his eyes. He saw that it was their son's body at their door, and he had blood all over his body. His limbs were torn too. So the old man ran to grab the pearl and he took it in his hand and made the third wish that our son goes back to his grave. So before Mrs. Botham reached, her son went back to the grave. So after that, the Bothams threw the pearl in a river. So I mean to say, that pearl was a magical one. But they wished for something which they did not really require. Their destiny, they try to interfere with it. One has to bear the consequences of it. What I want to say is that whatever you achieve in life, whatever you earn it through the hard work, just the hard work only. And do never expect a sudden prosperity or any other sudden benefit. Just don't expect anything for free, as a sudden benefit would be against the nature's original course only, would be unnatural. If we break the laws of destiny or the God's nature, so even this would result in a bad way only. I saw such bad results when I traveled to Germany. There, I was strolling once. So I was near a river bank. It was a very beautiful river, quite straightly aligned like a perfect ruler. It was perfectly straight, perfect from any side you look from, and perfectly straight it was, for a stretch of 1 kilometer in fact. And there was a German follower with me. I said, "Look how beautiful river you have in your country. It's very nice. In our country, India, we do not have such aligned rivers. They have so many turns and turns and turns. But this river here looks very beautiful. It's splendid, perfectly aligned." She didn't respond at all, but I kept lauding and praising that river. But when she had enough of it, she spoke that, "Swamiji, to be very honest, this river, the river was not straight. We have made it this way. The straight shape is not natural, Swamiji. We have interfered with the nature actually, and we are facing the drawbacks of that interference." I asked her what did she mean by that. So she told me that due to the straight shape of the river, all the dirt that it carries, all that dirt gets collected at that dam. And we need to spend millions in a year to get our dams cleaned then. That natural shape of river allows it to take turns, so at every turn that dirt gets collected and thus the dirt never reaches only the port. But what we did here, we removed those turns. Therefore all the dirt gets collected at our dams. So neither we can break those dams nor can we revert the river to its natural flow. Neither can be done. So the issue that we have created by interfering with the nature, we are still paying for the same to date. So just like that, if we do interfere with the nature's plan, with the God's plan, then the results are not going to be good. Also, whenever we move closer to the nature, then we automatically move into the state of complete thoughtlessness. Why so? Did you ever check it? When you reach the top of some mountain, then after reaching there, you feel like your thoughts have drastically decreased. If you go alone, then you will be entirely thoughtless. If you are with someone, then they will decrease. If you go alone, then you will be entirely thoughtless. Why is that? It is so because the stones there are there for several years. Such thousands of stones existed there in a collectivity for a long time. Due to this collectivity, because of this only, a collective power has been generated over there. So the moment we get closer to that collective power, we simply step into the state of complete thoughtlessness. An exactly same state is achieved when we go near a river. So even there, we feel the same only. Millions and millions of atoms of water are flowing continuously for thousands of years. Continuous. So if we sit in its vicinity, we find that we feel no thoughts at all, feel no stress at all, feel no fear at all, and we simply feel very good. There you would feel the exact same way if you go and visit a meditation spot. If you go and sit over there with a calm mind, then you would experience complete thoughtlessness and felt good there. But the meditation spot, river, mountain, have a regular flow of world consciousness, and there is a collective power too. But this power, you can't make it flow inside yourself. You cannot just capture it and take it along with yourself. That power stays in that environment, in that vicinity specifically. But if you get the companionship of a living saint, when you pay a visit to him and make a wish over there to attain the inner powers like the ones residing in him, the light that resides in him should also reside in me. Then, by just heartily wishing for it, his powers may start flowing inside you too. His light can certainly lighten your life as well. After getting brightened up, you can also enter the same state. You can also enter the state of being null, the one that would establish inside you. And for that, you may not reach the top of a mountain. And for that, you may not go near a river bank. For that, you may not visit a guru at a mausoleum. For that, you don't need to visit a living guru at all. That would establish inside you only. And after that, gradually, with meditation, regular meditation, performed with a clear mind, you may make it incremental. Well, you see, meditation is quite easy. There is one perfect definition for it. Performing nothing is performing meditation. Just do nothing. So, what do we do when we stop doing everything? We keep thinking only. Do we not keep thinking that time? So, don't do anything. I mean, to stop doing physical works as well as the mental work. Then pausing the mind as well and sitting in the state of a zero. This is meditation. Meditation is simple. It's very easy. We are complicated ones. When we will be sorted, then there will be no stopping us. Is it not? Like, if you will sit for meditation, now you know what will happen next. For the first 20 minutes, your own body is going to attack you continuously. What does that attack mean? The body is not habituated to sitting like that. What's the body's habit? What is its behavior? See, the body doesn't delve into the thoughts. When it is working. But when it is not working, when it is calm, then it entertains thoughts. So when you sit calm, then many types of thoughts will bother you. Because the body is habituated to that. The moment you sit calm, thoughts will come to you. Because your body is used to that, to attack you with thoughts when being calm. So first of all, your own body is going to attack you. And even after that, you would still try to concentrate your mind. But your body is not habituated to sitting very calmly, to sitting with focus, doing nothing. So you may cough, you may yawn, you may feel itchy. Also, the negative energies of your body will be going to bother you like that. You will release gases through burps, through farts, etc. The body will revolt using these processes. So if anything is against you while meditating, then that is your body. So before anything, we have to bear the opposition of our body. After bearing the body's opposition, we find that our mind has started opposing us now. What does that mean now? We are sitting for the meditation, but we keep getting thoughts from here and there throughout. You think of things that didn't even happen. You would recall everything while you'll be sitting for meditation. But you shouldn't focus on that at all. Just become a witness. Like this thought is entering, or that is leaving the mind. This thought is entering, or that is leaving. Just analyze this. That's it. You shouldn't try to stop it at all. Because if you try to control your thoughts, then that's an attempt. That's an effort then. And if you make any effort, then you drop to the bodily level. So once, at the Madras Theosophical Society, I met a few gentlemen who came from New Zealand. They asked me, Swamiji, tell us why is it so that the face of a meditation practitioner becomes like a stretched plastic bag? I answered, well, not the ones who practices, but the one who tries to practice it, who attempts at doing so, only his face changes. You know what happens? Do you know wrestling? So when people are wrestling, then they are just trying to hit each other. We don't have an opponent in meditation. We keep fighting ourselves. The thoughts keep bothering us and we keep trying to stop them. They keep coming, we keep stopping them. So this internal struggle keeps going on. It affects externally and reflects at our faces. And thus our faces look stretched. So I mean to say that you would struggle internally, but you need not get into that. Simply observe the thoughts that enter your mind and then leaving it. Just observe them. By simply observing, they will vanish in few days. Also, it's your mind, it will start to wander here and there again. It will keep bothering you for a few days. But you have to take an oath that I am going to sit there for half an hour. Whether I can meditate or not. See, like I can only teach you to meditate. Doing it or not, it's your responsibility, not mine at all. But for these 8 days, when you would sit before me, I would really wish from the bottom of my heart that you would get to meditate. Then, after that, you may choose to continue it or not. The same way, it is your choice to sit calmly for 30 minutes or not. Whether you meditate or not, that's beyond you. Suppose you are just sitting, stay for half an hour. I should be able to focus. Even this is expectation. Do not expect even that much from yourself also. Why do you expect that much? Don't expect that either. To even meditating perfectly. So please sit for meditation with no expectations at all. It's good if you can focus or not, it's okay if you don't. See, we have to sit for half an hour there. Make a rule like that, a resolution. Then slowly, you will see that your body will start cooperating you, the mind will start cooperating, your focus will start cooperating. Ultimately, that is going to become your nature only. If we repeat an action again and again and again, then it becomes our nature only. Only it becomes your nature. Then no person would ever need to ask you to meditate. You won't live without meditation. So you might leave having bath or having food, but you won't leave without the meditation for even one day. And also all this knowledge and information, there is nothing new in it. This has existed already, but you can say that I'm simply removing the dirt of its surface. I'm reminding you that this existed here already. This knowledge existed. The thing is, see, when we read some books, we just read them, but we don't understand the meaning of it. Also, even if we understand it, then we do it as per our needs. We decode the meaning the way we want, and then we follow the same only, and then we develop an arrogance as well that I read this book, now I'll achieve it, now I will achieve this spiritual state. But what is written in that book? What did it want to tell us really? What did the writer want to say? How are we understanding it? Are we really understanding it the way the writer wanted us to understand? See, this is something very important. What happens here is that the people who created these old treatises, who wrote the holy books, those people were of the mindset that the whole world is as pure and holy as they used to be. So they would write as per their levels and we would understand it at our levels. But we are not on the same levels of understanding, you see. Well, they wrote with different meanings, but we understood differently. This is why I keep stressing that unless you have the knowledge of realization, even the knowledge of books would be of no use to you. Even if you read something, then you would decode it very oddly. You would decode it as per your needs only. You won't get the real meaning. So, if you wish to understand the true meaning, then go through realization. After getting this knowledge, you would get to know the meaning of each and every word eventually. This is one example. Well, there are many such examples. But let me give you only one of them today. Like, देवाच्या द्वारी उभा क्षण भरी जेणे मुक्ती करी साधली. Now what would common people understand? A common man would understand that if you sit beside the temple doors for 10 minutes daily, then you will attain salvation. It's simple meaning. So what he did, he built a temple using stones. After that he would go there and sit for 10 minutes at the temple gates. Also, he developed this arrogance in him that I built this temple, I even sit here for daily 10 minutes daily, I am going to attain salvation for sure. See, I imagined all this on my own. I decoded it according to me. I imagined it according to me. And I sit daily at the temple for 10 minutes too. But what did the great Saint Gyaneshwar meant by the temple? Meant by the door? Meant by the salvation? Meant by sitting on a daily basis? He meant that this body of yours is the temple. He meant that. He wasn't talking about the usual temples. He meant your body, top of your head, this brain, crown chakra. These are the doors. If you sit beside these doors regularly for 10 minutes, you will attain salvation. That's what he meant actually. But what did the people decode from this? That we need to build a temple and sit beside its doors, and that is going to get you salvation. So, if you meditate for 10 minutes regularly, if you stay at your crown chakra, Staying at this chakra means you have to stay thoughtless. Neither you get the thoughts of the past nor the thoughts from the future. So neither of such thoughts. See, if we receive any thought from our past lives, then we would move to the left nostril here. And if the future bothers us by any chance, then we'd move to the right nostril here. But if no thoughts are there, neither from the future nor the past, it's a state of thoughtlessness, a state of being null, then we will stay here only. So he asked to stay here actually. He didn't ask us to go to the temple. Also, you know what happens? Worshipping is very easy. But meditation is very hard. So let us suppose we are worshipping a deity. While doing so, we are jingling the bell, we chant the mantras, everything keeps happening. And after that, you keep communicating with others that there is, let's say, a friend at the same time only. But the priest won't ask you to stop anything. He won't ask you to focus at the God, at the worshipping. He won't stop it at all. But even if you try to think of your friend during meditation, even a single thought of your friend will destroy the meditation. Because if your heart moved here or there or to any of the sides, any one side, be it the future or the past for that matter, your meditation will end. So meditation is very difficult and worshipping is easy. Worshipping is schooling. For college, you need to meditate. Well, you know, it's not like I haven't been through this route. I have traveled the same route, the route of worshipping only. But today we need to think whether we want to die in the school that we took birth into. Think it. Are we not going to make any progress in life? Are we not going to move forward in our lives? Why not? Idol worshipping is primary. To concentrate the mind, you do the idol worshipping. But think this, that you cannot stay independent without an idol. Can you not focus without an idol at all? Can't you concentrate? Then practice that only. Make those efforts. I want you to become independent. Do not depend on the statues. Your Almighty is within yourself only. Develop Him there only. See, after that, there are these two things. I'm going to be blunt here. People keep looking for these things outside. But he would not succeed in finding these things outside. You won't find it. Firstly, there is the Almighty. You may keep looking for Him outside. This life of yours will come to end. But you won't find the Almighty outside of you. Your whole idea is wrong. The one who is sitting inside you. How would you be able to find Him outside? He's not in a temple. He's not at the shrines. He's not inside a guru, not inside a sage. He's not outside. He resides in you only. When you turn introversive, the day you would do that, then this external search would come to an end simply. You would stop searching Him. You would think like, how long did I waste in search of the God? He was there in me only. You know, like the musk of deer stays inside the deer only, but he keeps hopping here and there in the search of the origin of the fragrance. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? In the very same way, the God lives inside us, but we keep looking for Him outside only. So, no matter how hard you search for Him out there, the Almighty is not out there. Yes, unless your mind becomes introversive, unless the mind moves inwards and turning introversive, you would become self-dependent. There is no other God at all. And when it is, so then it resides in you only. Then who would you search for? Look for. See, there is no need to search for or wander for the God outside. There is no need of mediums. There is no need for a guru, no need for a mausoleum, no need of a temple, not of an idol. Nothing is required. I am saying this on the basis of experience. These sages living in the Himalayas, there is nothing like this around their miles. There is nothing absolutely that indicates any religion. No temple, no garlands, no statue, no holy book. There is nothing at all. For many kilometers, it's totally deserted. In spite of this, all have experienced the Divine Supreme, reached to the Divine Supreme. They have become part of the divinity. How's that? They have embraced the Divine Supreme inside themselves. And after embracing, they are into eternal joy, into eternal happiness. Having divine enjoyment, they are content. And they don't need searching outwards or looking for anything. No need to wander outwards at all. So there is this supreme divine which we keep searching for our lifetime in the outer world. But even if we spend whole of our life searching for, we do not get it. Second is happiness. Happiness too, we keep searching outwards only. We have dependency for happiness. We will be happy when someone else would make us happy, but we can't get happiness by ourselves. When happiness is inside us only, within us only. If you decide to be happy, then no power in the world can make you unhappy. And if you decide to be sad, then no power in the world can make you happy at all. Sadness and happiness are two sides of the same coin. If you can be sad, you can be happy too. And if you can be happy, you can be sad also. Then why not finding happiness within us only? We keep imagining in vain, keep expecting in vain. And when we keep expectations and when it gets broken, then we become sad. We feel sorry. We think that my wife will make me happy. And when it doesn't happen, it feels that she only disappointed me. She only is making me sad. My son would make me happy. Then when he doesn't do that, we feel disappointed. Son made me unhappy, we say. We expect from daughter that she would make me happy. And when the daughter disappoints us, we think that the daughter made me unhappy. The reason behind sadness is you keep expecting happiness from them. For happiness, you keep depending on someone else. Then you are totally dependent on external sources. That this will make me happy, this bungalow will make me happy, this car will make me happy, this thing will make me happy. It means you are not self-sufficient for happiness. For happiness, you are dependent on something else. That someone else will make you happy. You are searching for happiness outwards, as you are searching for Divine Supreme outwards. Likewise, search for happiness is also outwards. Experience that happiness in the inside of yourself. Feel it inwards only. Just for once, feel that inward joy in life. You won't be needing happiness from outside. From your inside only, you will be so happy, will be so content, will be so joyful. The collective pleasure of life. The total happiness of life. You will be embracing totally by being connected to your own soul. Soul and Divine Supreme are no different. And the eternal joy we get by connecting to them, but both of these things, we keep searching outwards for life. Almighty, we keep searching outwards, and for happiness too we do the same. And finding both of these inwards is the need of time. But to find it inwards, firstly you need to go inwards. And to go inwards, what you need is to introspect. All these are linked up with each other. And to do introspection, you need to meditate. And for meditation, you need self-realization. These all are connected with each other. So in a sequential way, in a rhythmic way, we are trying to achieve this goal. That you need not be dependent on anyone for the Divine Supreme. That you need not be dependent on anyone else. You must be self-reliant. Be self-reliant for happiness. Be self-reliant for Divine Supreme. This is my purest intention. And likewise, the experiences I have had, those experiences I want you to have too. The realizations I had, the same I want you to have. See, Saint Gyaneshwar has elaborated a lot about serpent power in chapter 6. What benefits you get from it, what physical benefits you get from it, what mental benefits you get, what spiritual benefits you get. Elaborated every aspect, but nowhere he has elaborated upon how it's to be awakened, how it gets awakened in there. Do you really think that he didn't have knowledge of it? He knew everything. He had sought permission from his guru to elaborate that I have written so much about this, and despite writing all this, if I couldn't offer the experiences, if I couldn't give them experience, then how people would be believing all that? How will they know? How will they discover? His guru said, that's not your area to function. Neither that is your province, nor this is the right time. A time 700 years later, 800 years later, from now when this task will be carried out in the public way, we are living that time now. So the wish he expressed that time, that one must experience, the wish he had expressed of the Atma Dharma, the wish he expressed of universal righteousness. That time has arrived. And you have to start it from yourself. Please, you leave everything else. See, the first step to spirituality is that you would stop seeing the faults in others. Like now that I'm talking to you, I don't consider what others are saying behind my back. Why I don't consider? Because my attention is not there at all. I'm focusing here and not what's going on behind my back. Exactly in the same way. When your attention is totally inside you, then firstly you should see your faults, right? You're seeing faults in others, then that means your attention is outwards. Your focus is outwards. That's why you're seeing others' faults. If you're really introspecting, then you should see your own faults firstly. The faults that are in yourself. Fallacies that are within you. What's needed to be corrected. Which chakras of you are affected. Which chakras have deteriorated. This all you will see firstly because they are more closer to you. These are far closer aspects than any other aspects. And secondly, we cannot improve anyone in the world. I'm telling the truth. We can't improve anyone. What can you improve in your whole life is you only. Do improve yourself. Let the world go to hell. You have nothing to do anything there. Focus on yourself and improve yourself only. Create a world of your own. A world within 20 feet. World of 15 feet. And take that 20 feet world of yours to anywhere in the world you go. Your world will be the same. A serene world. World full of welfare. A safe world. And when any person will come inside your world, he will feel that serenity. And such a world you yourself can create by creating your own aura. You can create such a world by strengthening your aura. A calming aura. A serene aura. You can create yourself. This can be done. And what can be done? We just ignore that. And we try to improve things outwards. We go for world peace. We go for welfare of other people. Which is not really possible for any of us. The concept of universe is Pinde Brahmande Brahmande Pinde as it said. That's true. Each one has a small world. World of their own. And we can develop on our own world as we wish it to be. We can expand it, evolve our world as we wish. The incidents of Sai Baba of Shirdi that I told yesterday. After that, I came to Mumbai. And in Mumbai, in my very first camp, in my first ever program, there was a pranic healing teacher, Nimisha ma'am. She was there and all people used to honor her, used to respect her, look up to her. She used to connect classes of pranic healing. No one knew me at that time. I was just a tramp for them. No one paid any attention to me because I was totally new in Mumbai. But as she arrived at the program, she got stuck there. And as she got stuck, she started moving round and round and round around herself. And I was waiting that as the crowd there moves away, I will make her stable, make her balanced again. But the crowd went on increasing to see this. Secondly, she had an assistant and he was trying to calm the activated goddess power. And I was knowing for sure that it's not going to calm down. Until it reaches the point from where it was evoked. If you sit and evoke it from crown chakra, it will not stop till it reaches the crown chakra. It cannot be stopped anywhere. Nothing. And after some time, upwards from her lower back, I gave her vibrations like this. I added my energy to hers. With that added energy, I put my palm on her head. Then suddenly she stopped moving round and round. And as it stopped, she said, for so many days, I was searching for my destination from books. Here I got my proper guide today. I told her, when I saw you, then only I had known that no alive guru has entered in your life yet. And that's why you had practiced to take it to third eye chakra. The goddess power rose till there and got stuck. And it's her credit that she told all her junior disciples that the higher level wisdom beyond her level I'm going to take it and you all should come too. She joined my teaching with all her centers and I got this foundation of all these centers together. All these are her centers. This Navsari, Vadodara, Goa, this Ahmedabad, wherever her centers were, all the disciples from them joined me. This Ramba here was her disciple first. Rambai joined me because of her. She only established me in Gujarat. Before this, to the person who had brought me here, I had said this, that my workplace is Gujarat and I will move there eventually. He didn't believe who's gonna meet him from Gujarat, how's that possible, whatever is to happen will happen. But when I decided to move, he started crying. I said, I had warned you before, my workplace is Gujarat as destined by my Guru. I will go to Gujarat. And secondly, all that, this is happening now, is destined to happen. And this 20 years ago, I had written in a letter I had sent to Rambhai. That Rambhai, this is going to happen in the world in the next 20 years. This progress will take place. This progress will take place in meditation. I had written everything 20 years ago. And Rambhai is on it from last 20 years. This person doesn't bear any post. Not a teacher, not chief teacher, not a trustee. He's nothing, just a common man. But he's more engrossed in this task more than I ever was. I keep working at my home, in my room. I don't travel here and there. He keeps traveling all over the world. His tours are scheduled pan-India. His programs are aligned all over India. The way he keeps busy, even I'm no match. And he has no post at all. He has no chair. So this stands as an example that whoever wants to do Guru's work, he doesn't need any post. Actually, post is like a dog's leash. Very true this is. If one bears a post and he's walking behind me, he's tied to leash, he's tied to me, he has to walk with me, no option. But one who is an honest dog, he has no chain, no leash around his neck. He will walk behind you himself, he doesn't need to be tied up. So since 20 years, this person is busy in this task, even busier than me. He performs worships, he performs prayer songs, he delivers lectures. Now that I am speaking here, otherwise he also delivers long lectures. My speeches are scheduled intermittently. He delivers regular lectures every day. So when I came to Navsari, a gang of Patel community was formed over there. And once any NRI from foreign country comes, they all would hound that person. And they would demand only one thing, invite our Swamiji to a foreign country. Sponsor his programs. They would ask then, what program does your Swamiji read? Bhagavad Gita? Does your Swamiji recite Ramayana? What does he speak about? Can't say exactly what he does, but whatever he does feels really good. So they couldn't explain anything and they wouldn't understand anything. Even if they invite for what would they tell people about what I do? So things like this went on. One day, they asked one fellow, told him to sponsor my program. He agreed on 2 conditions. I don't have time, he said. I will not do publicity and all. They said, alright. You don't do, they said. My home is too small, so I can't allow him to stay there for a long time. These people agreed, alright. So these people found some other man. That man would take him to his home, publicize the program and would do everything. They asked the first one to just sponsor. So this first rich man just sponsored my whole trip. And when I reached Heathrow airport there first time, then both of these rich people were standing there, both of them together. Now this first fellow started like, no, I will take him home. I have sponsored this trip. The second one was adamant that I will take him home. I said first one has sponsored and he has more right. I will stay at his home. So I went to his. And this person allowed me to stay for 20 days. And at his home, first camp with 80 people was conducted. In London, the first camp I held was at his home. And after that, people asked him, you had said earlier that you can't let him stay here, won't allow camp here. Don't know, I don't know, it just happened. What I mean is, when you carry your own world with you, then you go to any corner of the world becomes like you and not the other way around. So you create your own aura, please. You develop such an aura that the world will be influenced by the aura. You need not be in the shadow of the world's aura. In this way, UK mission was started. Today we have many centers in the UK. And we have a hermitage in UK. Such a headway, such a progress we have achieved in UK now. Means things were so strange that when I was traveling from UK to France, along with many people, many influential rich people were there too. So that time I had a certain Emma Dolman with me. She was from UK. She was there sitting on a rock, seemingly stressed up a lot. I said, "What happened, Emma?" She said, "Swamiji, it seems your guru has planned a long way ahead of you." I said, "Why?" "Firstly, they spread the Gujaratis everywhere in the world and they settled you in Gujarat." She said, "It's a long planning going on for many years." Because what happened was, when we travelled in a car, whichever villages, towns we would stop in between, everywhere there were Patels, Patels, Patels. So for spreading this task to worldwide level, Gujarati people have a very important role. Actually, what happens, many people would join afterwards, but when that person is still tramp, is totally a nobody. Knowing him at that time, perceiving at that time, helping him for his growth, is very crucial. So the ladders I have climbed on, I can never forget those. This progress has been very, very slow, but has been in a proper way, through a proper channel. Then one more country, from there another to another. Secondly, all this saffron clothes I wear, this also has a history. It has, as I have said, every coin has two sides, good one and bad one too. One day, at Ramakrishna Mission program, after the program, I happened to ask the head priest there, how did he like the program, or if any shortcomings he felt, if any changes he wished, any development is needed. Please say, I am willing to do changes. He answered, "No, it's good one. But even then, if you ask me, I would say, you have a great material, but packing is bad." I asked, what does bad packing exactly mean? That time I used to wear just a kurta and a lungi for the program. That lungi also has a history. A tribal queen had given me that lungi which she had woven by her own hands. She used to sit on a rod and like this, she had handcrafted it and given it to me. She used to say, "You wander through many forests, many dense forests. There are many dangerous tribal clans there. And if you wear this lungi, it's an identification that you are a guru to some king. So they will honor you, respect you." So I used to wear that lungi and roam around. Then the lungi got continued at the programs too. So the priest said, "Why don't you wear monk's clothes and deliver the lecture?" I asked, "What's the need? When I can impress a crowd in this clothes easily, what's the need to elevate dressing like that? I want people to consider me as one of them, one of their own." It's like a small kid only. When we are sitting one step above and say, "Come on baby, come on," then kid will try to climb at least. If we sit high up there at the top and say, "Come on," he would think, "Not at all. I can't climb that much." He won't even take a step. So I wish that people consider me as one of them. Then why should I wear a different dress and look contrasting? He gave reasoning. If there's a Sanskrit newsreader dressed in suit and boots, wearing a tie and conducting program, how would you feel? That would seem odd, right? It's the same when you are delivering a spiritual lecture, so your dressing up should also be spiritual. The implications of spiritual dressing has been good sometimes and also bad too. I will tell you both. See, I will share my joys and sorrows, everything with you here today. So after that, it was discussed at my home too. Then my wife said, I want a father for my children, not a monk. Don't start coming home wearing these clothes. So then there was a compromise. I will wear these clothes during program, won't wear these at home ever. Like this it all started. And after that, when I went to England wearing these clothes only, everyone around there felt like I'm a robber. No, it's the truth really. The people in whose house I stayed had that effect. Whenever we would have food, his wife was like, electricity bill is still pending. That installment for home is still unpaid. That telephone bill is still pending. Everything. I really wouldn't understand why she's telling me all this always. At the end, when I left from there without taking any money from them, then they understood that, oh, he's someone different and he perceived him to be someone. What happens, these monks go abroad and keep demanding so much endlessly, and you can shoo a beggar away easily, but a monk you cannot. So a fear is there. He's going to take something or the other, for sure, yes. So people would be scared. I'm telling the truth. Now when I came and stayed at a Gujarati home at Navsari the first time, they had prepared and cooked almond halwa for me, offered me coconut water. I asked why all this? They said, we have heard that all monks eat almond halwa. I said, not even my forefathers have had almond halwa. And I don't want almond halwa and I don't want coconut water. Just give me tap water. No, you see, such an image has been created of the monks, about some saints, some gurus, that it's fantastic. People get on the edge and literally shiver like this whenever you go to any home. But let me tell you, don't feel guilty when you run a home. If a home runner comes on this path, he would straddle high up fast. I have been there, done that, and saying. I stayed in a Marwadi family for 20 days in Japan. For 20 days with a Marwadi family I stayed in Japan, and when I left from there, their words were, we didn't even feel that a saint was staying. We felt like my grandfather was here and now going home. Carrying a family is a special thing. There's lots of elasticity. Elasticity means wherever you would be, in any condition, you will adapt to the condition. No rigidness like I need this, I need that, nothing like that. Wherever I have been, I have adjusted myself to that condition. Nothing sort of, my needs and all, I need nothing. So if a house runner comes on this path, he can achieve great heights. Why? Because he has no conditions. He has no rules. And secondly, you see, like the mind, like the produce. This all have I achieved. This all, I haven't achieved anything. I have got this. Everything that I got is from Guru's blessings. There is nothing as my own. See, why do these people get greedy? Why these saints become greedy? Why are these monks greedy? I will tell you the reason behind. These people practice a lot. These people do a lot of penance. A lot, literally a lot. And as I have said, whatever deed you do, whatever work you pursue, then a stiffness is bound to set in. A rigidness will set in. Your right side will be powerful, strong, like our knees get frozen. I have nothing like this at all. As I said, right, I'm waiter. Those who cook food are sitting there high up. They are giving. I'm serving. And as I haven't cooked any food, I have no problem with that stress. And secondly, this is how I am. You can become like me, right? Even you haven't struggled, nor have I made you struggle for this. You are receiving it sitting on soft mattresses. Yes, that's the truth. Even myself, I haven't received it so leisurely. So what I mean to say is, see, when we have got it without any efforts, I haven't got it with struggle. You also are receiving it with ease. Very easily we have got this. No penance was required, no any efforts required. You had to do nothing. So then, why should I be greedy that I have got it? So from London, I went Leicester. From Leicester, I went to Wales. And after finishing whole England tour, as I was coming back from London, and as I was about to return to India from London, then some Englishmen from there collected contributions and gave that money to me. Some pounds it was that time. And said, Swamiji, you didn't demand this anywhere, but it's our wish that you have come from so far, you should accept something. Take this as our help for you. I told them, can a mouse be of any help to an elephant? Number of disciples here is like a mouse. There in India, the number is like an elephant. What would you be helping us with? You do one thing. Keep this money with you and keep it growing. Use it for Guru's work. A stand like this one decision I took in London that day, it has went on spreading in all the 22 countries I visited after that day. In 22 countries, from one to other, from other to another, from UK to Canada, from there to Germany, it just went on spreading and spreading and spreading around. And London is like a spiritual dwelling. Spiritual dwelling means from all over the world, from all countries, people have settled there. Australia line started from there, Japan line started from there. All the doors kept opening for me from there only. These pluses of saffron dress and minuses of saffron dresses. I have told you both sides. It's good also and it's bad also. Because what happens every time, people keep going from here to there and asking for donations, contributions again and again. So they have developed a mentality that if any monk from India comes, he will surely be asking for something or the other. This mentality I have broken. It's true. We have a huge number of monks here. It's really huge. And what kind of spiritual progress, spiritual advancement we have achieved in proportion? Can I set an example? At the time of demonetization, not a single note of 500 or 1000 got thrown in the donation box. They are this particular. They are such systematic. For today, the message from Sai Baba is holy ash. Sai Baba of Shirdi, in his lifetimes, used to accept offerings from devotees. In reality, offerings was just a medium. He used to accept feelings from the devotees. He used to accept offerings, but he didn't need that. He used to carry just a cloth bag and a tin pot. And going house to house would beg. If someone would offer some liquid thing like buttermilk, he took that in the pot. If someone offered dal, he would take it in the same pot. If someone gave roti or flour, he would keep it in his bag. By begging like this from house to house, he used to subsist on it. The food that was brought, that food would be put into that. So the birds and the animals would feed on that. They would eat that offering. So basically, he did not need to depend on donations for their daily survival, you see. But to allow the followers to express their devotions, The donation was used as a tool using which the followers expressed their feelings by the way of donation. The followers expressed their devotion. He would buy wood from that donation. Which was paid by the devotees. He would buy some sticks. And then he would fumigate after that. After the fumigation, he would collect the ashes and then he would give it to every devotee who would come there as an offering. So the ashes were the same. It even had the same source, in fact. But when he would give it, then he would give it with different resolutions. Whichever devotee would tell his problems to get some solutions. So to solve his problems, he would offer those resolutions in the ashes. So thus he would give his best wishes in the form of ashes. Many miracles were witnessed due to the ashes. It cured many diseases and it also saved many lives. It even fought against dangerous venoms and saved people from dying painfully. So just through these ashes, he would solve the problems of many. He would save many lives. Using the same. And he still does. Ashes are same. It's just how much devotion do you accept it with? How much belief you have in it? How good is your acceptability? How much is your capability to accept it? The results of the ashes depend on that. Even today, people are experiencing great results of these ashes minded. So today's chakra is heart chakra. It is connected to the fear. And there is no bigger fear than death. So today, we'll see the types of deaths that exist in the world. So the death has 3 types. One is the physical death. So, if your time of death has arrived, I'm talking about physical death. So if you find a good doctor at the time of your physical death, somehow, if you find him somehow by God's grace, then he can postpone this physical death. Look, the way joy and despair are 2 sides of a coin, that way life and death are 2 sides of the same coin. The one who's born is going to die. But how would he die? And due to which reasons? Understand. So if a good doctor is available at the time of your death, if you find him just somehow, So this death can be delayed. The other one is the divine death. Divine death means at the time of this death, even the tricks and tactics of the doctors can't help. You must have seen that sometimes doctors try everything, but eventually they say that it's in God's hands now. We did whatever we could do. So not everything is in the hands of the doctors. They cannot control everything, in fact. So the second type is divine death. That can be delayed by a saint using the power of their will. That's it. Death is sure. It can only be delayed. We can delay. And the third is the spiritual death. The spiritual death is the death after which the cycles of births and deaths end ultimately. This is absolute death, the complete death. The final death. There is no birth and death after this. And this happens at a definite period and a definite time only. No one can stop it then. No doctor can stop the spiritual death, neither a guru can stop it, nor a sage can. Nothing can stop it at all. It is definite. It will be. Therefore, salvation means death and vice versa too. Look at this equation differently. It's not like that everyone who died attained salvation. And for salvation one has to die. Even this isn't true. Salvation is a highest stage of meditation, in which you completely lose the attachment you have with your physical self. So you die while being alive. You are alive, but you have no sentiments for your body, no attachments with it. So if your body dies in such a state, then it will be final. So such a death is known as a spiritual death. So I just recalled that there is a Jain tradition called Santara. Last year, court passed a judgment on it. The court put a ban on it, telling it's wrong and should be stopped. And the day they banned it, I was there with a Digambar, Jain monk only in Jaipur. I was with him in Jaipur city. I was conducting a camp of Jain monks. So he was sitting next to me and I was there as well. There was a TV interview and they asked him his opinions. So he condemned the judgment very strongly that this is wrong, this should not happen. I was also sitting there only. They thought that I would also support their views. Let us ask him as well. What is your opinion? He asked me. Neither I spoke in favor nor against it. I simply said that this belonged to Jains, so after consulting them, after listening to them, court should have proceeded further. After that, the journalist left the place. The Digambar, Jain monks and I kept discussing it. I have spent many days with them, the Jain monks in the Himalayas twice. So they explained to me that when we see that our body is not able to perform any type of religious work, so we decide to leave that body. We stop consuming anything. And then 4 months or 3 months or 6 months later, we die automatically. This whole process is known as Santhara, and we follow this. They explained Santhara to me. I told them that there is a Santhara in Samarpan Dhyan Sanskar as well. There is something similar in it. This is how I introduced them to my way. And the way is, if you learn to detach your body and meditate, then you may leave the body whenever you wish. It means that you strengthen your soul so much, you strengthen it so much that you may leave your body whenever you want. I also said that you weaken your body so much in the process of Santhara that your body gets forced to leave the soul eventually. Both have very different effects. So these monks felt curious now. They asked me to explain it. I said, we don't do anything. This body of ours, it has 7 chakras in it. These chakras have 7 more chakras above them. We move towards them slowly. And after reaching there, we take our minds, our souls, our mini selves towards the direction of the sky. And the body stays behind. We can look at our body from there. But body reaching there is very quick. But it takes a lot of time to return. Too much time to return. And like a bunch of friends meet and celebrate, they get together post returning. The same way, if some saints gather in Himalayas, then they would meditate in this way only. All of them go there together, and when they return in their bodies together. But none of them wishes to make an early return. They live in collectivity and they return in the same way only. Then they asked me, what is there in it? I said, nothing is there. Like, we can look at our bodies when we go up there, and there exists a very thin silver thread between us and our bodies. Using that thread as the medium, we have to make a slow and careful return. They asked me, do you practice this or not? I said, yes, I do it. I keep doing the same in the ceremony of 45 days. I have practiced and I've been doing it for 12 years. All you need here is someone to bring you back. Else you won't feel like returning to the body. In my case, my wife pulls me back to return to the body. Therefore, I come back on time. It's a combination of a thread and a kite. The kite is alive as long as the thread is, and also the vice versa. This is how it is. How it works. Some Jain monks expressed their interest in doing so. Let us do it. So there was a canteen. In the ashram of Rajkot, there was a hotel near that. So while talking only, he entered that state. And when he entered that state, he moved further till the half of the route. He felt, I would die. Then he came out. Let me tell you, but why am I telling you this? It won't happen suddenly. If you keep meditating regularly, then you will experience this, and one day you will feel like you left the body and you transcended upwards and you're able to look your body from there. But you're not in the body. You will experience this as well. But at that time, if you're a man, then you would think that I'd die. You won't die, but your ego would. And if you're a woman, then you'd think that I'm not that pure, I'm not holy enough to reach such a sublime state whatsoever. Do not let these two thoughts enter at the time. There is no difference between a man and a woman in that state. And also, I would die, I'd die. No, the ego dies. The ego breaks down. So we feel like we would die. No one dies. The way we move up is the way we come down. So we were discussing like this over there. So after that, when I did an experiment, then over there in that canteen, a follower was thinking, when would the Swamiji come back? When would he eat? When would I wash dishes? When she created such thoughts, then down I came right back then. And when I returned, I went to my cabin and sat for 2 hours over there. But earlier I had to come back. That day I realized as to why these sages choose secluded spots for meditation. Even if a single thought enters your aura, your energy field, then you would have to come out of your meditation. Even a single negative thought created by someone in your aura, then your focus may break. You become so sensitive that time, so fragile. Therefore, the saints choose the secluded places every time. A place where no human lives nearby. A state of being null, state of being zero. They meditate in that state only. Around 5 years ago, at this very field, a long camp was conducted. When the long camp ended, I went to the ashram of Jangli Maharaj to meet him the next day. He is a saint there. I share a great bond with him. So, there were many followers. Even to date, some 8 to 10,000 followers are living there. So, he was meditating. I did not know that it was the time for their meditation at all. He was meditating and he was sitting on a stage at that time. Some of his students made me sit just next to him only. Some of the followers were also sitting there. But I was not habituated to such type of meditation. I am like, I do not want a lot of people around me. When I stay alone, I can meditate better and clearly. The conditions were not favorable for me. But I couldn't just get up from there. So my soul simply left my body and I went up there. From there I was observing everything down there. And like we are sitting in this hall, then the roof of the hall doesn't meddle with that. So from there you can easily see what lies beyond the rooftop. So there was a roof, but I was looking at every activity of the hall. Like the meditation got over now, the hymns got over, no one is there in the hall, but I'm still sitting there. You can observe from there, but it is difficult to come back here. And we can reach there very quickly, but coming down here is very difficult. I couldn't come back, I was sitting up there. I was looking at everything, everyone left there, the hymns got over, nothing left to be done. And then later someone shook me hard, grabbing my legs. He said, Swamiji, wake up, the meditation is over. Then I slowly came back to my body. You know what happens actually? So when we willfully meditate leaving our bodies, that's very different. But that time it happened suddenly and I was not ready for it. I was not prepared. Now if we do the ceremony for 45 days, every year, I move into solitude for the 45 days of Mahashivratri. We surround the whole ashram with leaves for 12 feet and I live alone in the middle. No one lives nearby. There is a big tree there. I sit near that and meditate only. That's it. So when you leave your body there, then there is no one around you. But here it wasn't the same. And there, it's a different environment and a different one here. So there we live willfully. Here it wasn't so. Here I had to leave due to the conditions around me. So this thing, think now how great it is for the old people. Leave your body whenever you want to. Well, learn this meditation. Learn doesn't mean that you will become a master. But I can show you the destination. Like this is possible. And also the sages in the Himalayas have been experimenting this to check if they have an attachment with the body. They keep testing themselves only. And quite often they leave their bodies to see if they are able to do so or not. So, a few months ago, I experimented this in Rajasthan. There is a village named Aradka in the Ajmer district. So there, these guys had dug a very deep hole in the land, about 12 feet deep it was. I sat in that hole for 8 days. And when I stepped out after 8 days, so I was looking at my life only. I prayed to the Guru. I said, I did everything you asked me to. It's all done. All my work is complete here. What should I do now? So allow me to leave my body. The Guru said, our work is completed, but there is more to be done yet. Therefore, I had to return to my body. And after this incident, when I was sitting there, I felt like I should lock it and come here telling not to let anyone inside. I meditated there for 8 days. I didn't allow anyone to enter. I thought so. I thought, why a body? But then the Guru's teachings in me told me that there are many followers who are trying to meditate, but they cannot keep their focus. How good is this place for them? You just need to go to the bottom and you will be focused. So later I gave them the key. Go, whoever wants to go there, go. Let anyone inside. Do you know the present conditions? Like the alcoholics who loves to drink incessantly and keep saying just one more. The same way, no one is allowed to sit there for more than 45 minutes. There are batches running over there, like from 6 to quarter to 7, from 7 to quarter to 8, from 8 to quarter to 9. Then they take you out after 45 minutes. You know what people do? Those who come out enter the queues again, second trip. You took them out at quarter to 7, they enter the next queue. You took them out at quarter to 8, they enter the next 8 o'clock queue. And after entering, everyone gets the feel that they did not meditate. It starts to happen on its own. You enter a trance the moment you enter in there. You have to pull people out of that place. Like your time is over, come out. So perhaps you do not understand this incident. Even after leaving the body for meditation. See, you won't understand all this because these are experiences. I can never explain such experiences. I told you all that I could tell. You won't understand the remaining part unless you experience it personally. But there you will get it. You will understand the effects of meditation. That effect is still there only. It is still there. The effect is that whoever enters inside starts to meditate on his own. You have to pull them out. There is no idol inside. There is no temple. Nothing is there at all. There was this Muslim man who came from an Arab country. He said that I never felt the way I did when I was there. He explained it very nicely in Urdu, his experiences. So some people are having such wonderful experiences. The realizations of everyone are the same. Be it a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian, be it anyone from any community, any religion, the experiences over there is just the state of being null. These Jain monks whom I teach meditation, even that has a reason. So I stayed in Himalayas amongst the Jain monks for 45 days. When I went there, second time I saw a growth of 20 people in their group. Secondly, the Jain religion is based on meditation. But Jains are getting away from meditation. They had a wish to re-establish meditation in the Jain religion. They said that when you would move towards a hilly area like Himalayas or Himachal, you would find two communities there. Which two communities? The native people of the place, they call themselves Pahadi. And if you go there from Maharashtra or Gujarat or say Bihar or Bengal, then they would call you an outsider. So you may divide yourselves as Marathi or Gujarati, but they won't. They would call you outsiders. So they are Pahadi and you are outsiders. Two groups only. So the same way, these Jain monks of the Himalayas, they say that Jain monks are of two types. One who have renounced the world to live here, those living in the Himalayas, and others who live in the society. So they would say that everyone live in the coal mines, you stay naked or with white clothes, whichever way, the coal will turn you black. So why do you say that this family is better or that is inferior? So people should get united. They must come together, and that can be achieved via the path of meditation only. See what happens when these people speak, we do not understand them, but when we start practicing it, then we understand the exact meaning of it. When they told me, even I didn't get it. I didn't have much information about it. I had no information about the religion. But as they said it, I just started doing it. And when I did it, then the people would not see each other's faces. Stayed under one roof for straight 3 days, for straight 4 days. The people from different Jain groups started living together. They started meditating together, began to experience together. The experiences were same, all the same only. And also, look, every person has a speciality. He has marked a boundary. He would mark within those boundaries only. He would never cross those boundaries. Like they had told me that you are authorized to teach meditation to the Jain monks, not the Jain community. So I didn't teach the Jains, I taught the Jain monks, only the Jain monks. Why? Look at their aims as well. Their aim is, first, Jain monks should learn meditation. And after learning that, they teach meditation to society. That would not happen in my lifetime. In my lifetime, I would be able to teach the Jain monks only. So I teach the Jain monks, I do not teach the Jain community. So the work of field they have given to me, I work within that only. Also, this was happening for a long. Two things simultaneously. One was that, and the other was that everyday accidents on road made me feel very sad. A lot of great saints, a lot of great followers met with road accidents. You must have read it in the newspapers. Seeing that, I think if they meditate, if they do it daily, if an energy field gets created around them, if they create an aura around them, then they would never ever meet with an accident. And I carried the same aim when I went there. So the people who learnt it, they had very nice experiences. They had nice realizations. And they started feeling safe and secured. Also, I asked them not to stay dependent on me. Become independent. Create your aura on your own only. Create your aura field on your own only. A Jain crone. She was a guru. She came to pay a visit to me. She said, Swamiji, my guru has handed over his throne to me. Therefore, I have accepted this as my guru's orders. But I myself do not have any experiences. How come I can give experience to my disciples? This she said in front of all her disciples. Now it's my wish that you please bestow these experiences on me and my disciples. So she too joined the camp, achieved that experience. The camps I hold for Jain monks, they are very small camps, 10 or 20 something monks at a time. I teach how you can cure yourself by connecting yourself to Mother Earth. How to cure illnesses. how to overcome difficulties, how to remove the tiredness. I teach them this. And when I hold camps for them, I get a soulful pleasure, a satisfaction I get, that I too have repaid some of my Jain Guru's dues. That's why, in this task, there is utmost pleasure, a certain contentness. Heart chakra is connected to the mother and father. As I have told yesterday, if your mother and father are happy with you, content with you, then your heart chakra will be pure. If mother and father aren't happy, are not content, then your heart chakra will be affected. In the same way, if mother and father gives much more attention to the child, then also his heart chakra will be affected. And without any knowledge, mother, father will destroy the child themselves. How? We'll give you 2 examples. I have derived a formula here. This formula, I have tested that myself on many families. You test it too in your family or families of your relatives. Test it and see. Then you also will come to know the truth about it. It's like if a family has 3 sons. Wise elder son and the middle son are good at studies. They will progress with good advancement, and the youngest son he will be good for nothing. He will not be willing to work, uninterested in studies, would do nothing, he wouldn't progress much. What's the reason? He is most loved by mother, most loved by father. So mother's full focus is on him, so has the father's attention, and he's idle and lazy. In his own life too, he's idle and lazy. Why? Because mother's attention, father's attention is so overwhelmingly on him, more than needed, that due to this, he cannot perform at all, and he can't stand on his own. See how it works. As you all have seen, that when a cow returns from the forest, then while coming back, you will see a cow has this long piece of wood tied to her neck. It keeps dangling like this, like this, like this. Just understand. And rest of the cows will be walking ahead, and this cow will always be behind. Why? Because of this big piece of wood is hanging to her neck, and because of that weight, she cannot walk along with others. She has to bear that weight of wood and still keep walking. Exactly in the same way, this log of mother's attention keeps hanging to the neck of this child. He can't keep pace with all others. He cannot walk along with all. He will always be behind all others, and will fall more and more behind others. Why? Because mother's over-attention is on him. And I have told many mothers that whomever you worship, any medium of God you worship, write a letter to the medium and write in it that from today I have surrendered my son to you. From today I will not worry about him anymore. Write this, please. You will see, as your focus on that kid wavers, then this your youngest will start progressing. But the mothers don't do this. Mothers say, I cannot, Swamiji, I am a mother after all. I say, so will you destroy him just because you are a mother? Means, really, she will go on totally destroying her child. And you will see, that day this mother dies, the child actually progresses. He will progress fast, will advance nicely, he will be doing good because mother's attention is removed. And secondly, in these days, there are rarely 3 kids or 4 kids people have. There's generally only one, and that is generally idle. Today, there's mostly only one child. And you see, how much more attention he gets, how much focus he gets on him. Have you seen any child get so much attention in old days? 4 to 6 children would be there, some kids would study, rest of them wouldn't. Life went on. Now there's only one child. The total attention from father, from mother is focused on him only. And what the father couldn't achieve, his child must achieve that. Fathers keep wishing this. Such a stress, such a tension. Just think why many of the kids are prone to suicide. Reason is this: so much of pressure, pressure of studies, pressure of expectations, pressure from father, pressure from mother. This young generation is living under tremendous stress. And how much ever you counsel, that mother or father do not understand. But these children do understand this. They accept the very next day, Swamiji, I have become a mother's kid. Over attention from mothers. Then I tell them, do one thing, that don't do anything that will attract your mother's attention or father's attention. Be focused on you. Nothing much, many small things are there. Anywhere you go, tell them that you reached. Wherever you're going, tell them that I'm going there. Then automatically, see, they aren't concerned where you're going, what you're doing. By just the knowledge of your whereabouts, they get assured, and their attention will not be focused on you. Even upon reaching there, you avoid letting them know, then their attention is bound to be focused on you. That whether my child has reached, is he alright, has anything happened to him, and what not they keep on thinking about. But at least this much you can do. That you can inform your people that you have reached there and the matter ends. I am going there, end of matter. What does the parents need? They just need to be informed. Just the knowledge about your whereabouts. And if you're safe, this message gets conveyed and that's enough. To avoid doing this is inviting a trouble on you. And what children do? They avoid these very things, small tiny things. This much you do and mother's or father's attention will not be focused on you. But they don't even do this. If they just do this, they will avoid the over attention. By this they invite all attention on themselves and get chakras affected. Secondly, not just the boys, even the girls. One day, I was invited to a certain family. There had been a marriage. And the new daughter-in-law was not feeling well. So they were feeling pretty bad that what her parents would think, that on arriving at their home she has fallen ill. So they introduced this girl to me and said, Swamiji, she has fallen ill, what to do? I said, she'll be good in 20 paisas. They asked, just with 20 paisas? I said, yes. Do one thing. That time, a postcard costed 5 paisas. I asked them to bring 4 postcards of 5 paisas each. On bringing the postcards, I told her to write to her mother every day that I am very happy in my new house here. That's it, nothing much. And she started writing the small letters. In the very first letter, she wrote to her mom, Mother, I am very happy and content in my home here. Mother read it, got assured she is happy, good. A second letter came soon after. Mother, I am very happy and content at my home. The mother got assured the daughter is happy. What else the mother needs, alright? After that, again third letter came. Mother, I am very happy and content in my life. Mother thought the daughter is overwhelmingly happy. This is the third time she has written, so I should not be thinking about her and I should pay attention to other one. And as she started focusing on other one, the daughter-in-law got cured. Mother's attention on her got away. Mother's focus got away. So many times due to mother's attention. Many times due to father's attention, the heart chakra gets affected. So your heart chakra is related to your mother and father. If you want your spiritual progress, if you want to go ahead on your spiritual path, for that, see that your mother and father are content. Your mother and father are happy. Then only the spiritual development, spiritual progress can happen in life. Heart chakra is a very important chakra. And only you yourself must learn to control it. In Maharashtra, there was a writer. Gadkari was his name. He has written a play, namely Ekach Pyala. What he has stated in it is, Ekach Pyala says, when you drink your first glass of alcohol, then you are 100% powerful and the liquor is absolutely zero that time. And as you finish that first glass, you remain only 90% and liquor becomes 10%. And as you go on more and more and more glasses, the alcohol starts overpowering you more and more and you go on becoming weak. The reason I am giving this example because the negative thoughts are just like this. If just one negative thought enters your mind, if just one bad thought enters your mind, be fully alert at that time. Negative thoughts are never ever alone. It always has a long queue with it. What does queue mean? When first thought comes, there's always the second thought attached. After the second one, there's third one attached. Means there is always a long queue coming with it. So when a single thought comes, be very alert at that time. That I do meditation regularly. I do meditations consistently. With me, the collectivity of millions of pure pious souls is connected with me. No bad can happen to me in my whole life. If you make this thought overpower the very first negative thought, the line of negative thoughts will not be able to overpower you. It's a game like snakes and ladders. Even by positive thinking, you elevate yourself by 10 steps. Just one negative thought can pull you all the way to the bottom. These days, in factories, in companies, big seminars are held. And you know why they are held? To help keeping away the negative thoughts and to motivate oneself to think positively. Means don't think negatively, do think positively. But in reality, the one who can think negatively can think positively also, and one who thinks positively can think negatively also. It's the same. Thoughtlessness is such a stage which is beyond both of these thoughts. No thoughts, neither positive nor negative. When you are thinking positively, then also you are spending your energy. Your energy will be spent even when you are thinking positively. And your energy will be spent when you are thinking negatively too. Means in whichever way you think, your energy is bound to be spent. But there's just one stage, that's thoughtlessness. Thoughtlessness is such a stage where your energy will not be spent at all. And what do? You eat one roti and spend that energy thinking about your past. You eat second roti and the energy gets spent in thinking about the future. And then you work. Then see, you don't have any energy left in you. You are energy-less, idle, empty. And you work like this and then you say, I didn't succeed in my work. How would you succeed? There is no energy in your work. There is no power in your work. When you have no power, your work will be powerless. Then how will you succeed at all? The need is not thinking positively or negatively either, but to do meditation with thoughtlessness. Secondly, state of thoughtlessness is not meditation. Thoughtlessness is that stage where there are no thoughts about past. There are no thoughts of the future. There are no thoughts there. Thoughtlessness is that stage from which you can enter and pursue meditation. Meditation is the next level. But firstly, you have to reach the thoughtless stage. After reaching there, then you will enter meditation. And after starting the meditation, an energy area around you, an aura around you will manifest. It will be such strong aura. It will be so powerful. It will be so strong that it will refrain any negative thought from even reaching to you. Such a strong stage you can achieve by meditation. But for meditation, consistency, and along with it, the collectivity. Both of these are needed. So practice meditation regularly. And do meditation in collectivity. This is the purpose, correct way of meditation. In reality, we are all human beings. And humanity is our only religion. And if we did not do anything for our religion, then this human birth is in vain. So what did we do for the humanity? What did we do to awaken the humanity? What did we do to expand the humanity? What did we do to enhance this humanity? If we have done any such contribution towards humanity, then some purpose of being born as a human is fulfilled. If we don't do anything like this in our lifetime, then our life is in vain. As I have said, we have worshipped Sai Baba enough. When are we going to look at his works? What were the thoughts of Sai Baba? What work did he really do? Are we really carrying it forward? What efforts we are taking to expand his thoughts? Are we expanding them into large public? Are we distributing them enough? But to expand his thoughts, to make them public, we have to become the publicists. We have to become the medium. And how can we become that medium? When we ourselves are pure. How can we become a medium? When we ourselves are balanced. When can we become the medium? When we will be in the equilibrium. So first, you have to introspect. Am I really balanced? Do introspect. Am I balanced? Am I into equilibrium? Then firstly, get yourself into equilibrium. Make yourself balanced. And secondly, all these things being said are not just for listening. You have to absorb them properly and execute. Like Divine Supreme is one. If you have really absorbed this, just imagine that you really have absorbed this. Then your conscience will concentrate at one point. See, it can be different for each one. On this point, I have derived a formula of my own. I have derived a criteria of my own. Now this criteria, how right it is, how wrong it is, this you yourself have to judge by experiencing. I have set a criteria that each person is curious. Each person keeps thinking at which spiritual stage I am. How much I am progressed spiritually, how closely I am connected to my soul, how introvert I have become, how deep my introspection is. Each person has this curiosity. You might have it too. You would be thinking too. Each one of you would ask, Swamiji, how is my spiritual progress? And if everyone starts asking, how can I answer to everyone? So just one answer I have. I have prepared one answer by heart for all of you. And that answer I have prepared with all my life experiences. And you can judge yourself using it, that where do you actually stand, at what stage you are. Understand this, there are some steps, some stages of spiritual progress. From these steps, judge for yourself that on which stage you stand. Your spiritual stage. If you want to judge that at what stage I have reached, how much progress I have made, how far I have reached. For that, there's a lowest, the last step, the first and foremost step is that worshipping number of gods. If you're worshipping many manifestations of God, worshipping this, worshipping that, worshipping every single God, reverent to every manifestation, then this is the lowest stage, means our mind, our conscience is not focused anywhere. We worship like 50 gods, it happens. Many times, many disciples come and ask me solution for problems. I say, you have no trust on God. How is that possible? I perform worship for 2 hours, bow to 25 gods. I said, you may do that. You would be worshipping 25 gods for 2 hours daily, but still you don't trust. And if you have trust, then why are you afraid that something bad will happen to you? Means you have no trust. So if you really worship 25 gods or many gods you worship, means you're at lowest level, means your conscience isn't concentrated anywhere. Your conscience is divided. This is the least lowest step. Now you introspect yourself that whether I am on this stage or not. Do you behave like this? You are worshipping many gods. See, respect every manifestation. Revere every manifestation. It's a different thing. But considering it as Divine Supreme is different. So, do you worship like 50 gods? You have to think first, the lowest stage. Let's see the second stage now. Just one God here. Krishna means Krishna. Ram means Ram. Sai Baba means Sai Baba. Anyone, one manifestation. See, all is one finally. Divinity has many manifestations, but among all of them, if you are worshipping just one, respect for all is there. You go to all temples, bow to every one of them, everything. But there is just one image inside. Just one. Your frame is not empty, nor it's crowded. In your core frame, there are not many gods. Just one God is there. Then all your energy, all your concentration, all your conscience is focused on just a single God. If this is it, then this is the second stage of spirituality. Just introspect and see. Are you at this stage? That you are worshipping just one single God? You may respect all, may be revering all, but at the inside, at the core, there is just one image, not others. If this is you, then you have reached to the second stage of spirituality. And the third stage is, you worship any guru who is in mausoleum. I am not talking just about Shirdi. If you are worshipping any such guru, you have surrendered totally to one such guru. You consider him a divine supreme, a divine soul for you. Your total attention is there. Then this is one step upper stage. And there is even another stage one step up, and that is you worship some guru who is alive. As I have said, the way for reaching to the alive guru goes via guru who is on heavenly abode. We cannot find who is our alive guru. We can't identify. We cannot find. We don't know. But the guru in mausoleum can lead us to our alive guru. Only he can. Secondly, the alive guru is not final destination. Alive guru is not the last. Alive guru is not the final step. Alive guru is not the uppermost stage. The uppermost stage is you experience the existence of Divine Supreme inside yourself. This is uppermost stage. Whichever stage you have reached till now, that's perfectly alright. But the stage you have to achieve, this aim, This target I have given you today, you have to reach this stage that you should experience the Divine Supreme inside you. The outward search will end then and there. This very target you have to achieve. If you reach this stage, then you can say you have reached the final destination. That's it. Nothing's there beyond that. In the field of spirituality, neither I have achieved nor you will achieve beyond the self-realization. There's nothing absolutely in the field of spirituality beyond the self-realization. There's nothing to be gained from outwards. I haven't got anything from outside, and you too will not get anything from outside. After self-realization, the whole journey is to the inward core only. After self-realization, the outer world comes to an end absolutely. After self-realization, the whole journey starts inwards, just inwards, inwards and inwards only. You just sit peacefully. Just sit calm and do introspection. Just sit calm and do self-examination, that at which stage I have reached now, or at which stage I am standing now. Whichever stage you are at, it's alright. Wherever you are, slowly, start trying to achieve the next stage. Practice. Practice for it. Practice. This is the final target. Self-realization is road towards it. Self-realization is gateway to it. By this, the way, you can reach to the core. Do you know what's the reality? The task is just to look at our own face. Am I black or yellow? Do you stand in front of the mirror the whole day to look at our face? We don't stand for the whole day. Once we look after we have bath, how do I look? Am I properly shaved or not? Once we see, that's it, done. We don't have to look again and again. So our alive Guru shows us our real face. That's it, this is his only role. Once that's done, work of alive Guru is done too. You can get rid of me too. And start the voyage inwards, voyage of introspection. Secondly, do you know what mistake we do? I have also done, you do too. You take a photograph of a 5-year-old kid, and taking that photo in hand, after 20 long years, you start searching for that person. So can you find that kid? Not possible. Suppose he comes in front of you. Even then you wouldn't recognize him because the photo you have is of a 5-year-old and he has grown old with beard and all. He is not 25 years old. So how will you recognize? What has happened is, we have those saints in mind from very old era. Ancient sages we remember. And keeping them in mind, we are searching in today's world. So can you find them today? They can be found, at least with all those features, because we are clinging to those features in mind. We will find them, but in a very different form only, in newer forms today. So if we are stuck with the idea of his form, connected with his form only, see, we can identify him with the qualities in him. But if we consider the form, then one can find a 25-year-old guy using a childhood photo. Even if you do, you won't recognize him. So, what is the way to find him out? The way is to go to Shirdi, bow there, wish there, pray there to Sainath. That I want to move inwards. So please show me the way inwards. Show me the path inwards. Show me the path, Baba. You will find someone who will take you there inwards. And you know what? Suppose we wish to go to Vaishno Devi. So we have a neighbor. He keeps on chanting the name of the goddess. Hail Vaishno Devi, Hail Vaishno Devi, Hail Vaishno Devi. So will we ask him how to go to Vaishno Devi's temple? We will not. We know the route. He is a devotee of Vaishno Devi. He keeps chanting Hail Vaishno Devi. But he didn't go there personally. You will rather ask a friend who has gone there quite often. You will ask the person like what is the route, where to get the train from, or the bus from, where to stay over there, which is a good hotel. Whom will you ask? The one who went there. The same way, which guru would you choose? The guru who has been there. The one who hasn't and just chants, how would he help? He just chants. He's sitting at the stairs only. So the one who is at the stairs, how would he help you reach the top when he himself has not been there? So the one who has been there, only he can take you there, right? And only the one who has reached the top can say that God is one. The people at the stairs cannot say that God is one. Because they do not have such experience, no experience at all. They would talk about the stairs only. Well, I just recalled something. So I have been to England around 22 times. So what happened over there? There is a place called Penlu. I conducted camps there and the days would be such Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So camp for 3 days and I would be free for the rest of the days and then Monday to Thursday. But I would stay there. A batch would come and leave. Someone came from Germany, someone came from Canada. They would come and leave but I'd stay there. But those batches did not know about each other. They hadn't met each other. However, I'd meet everyone. So once I conducted a camp of journalists. A lot of media and news guys were there for camp. I conducted their camp and it ended. So there's a Daily Mail newspaper. So one of the journalists was there. She liked it. She felt very good. She also thought that this must be promoted here. So she walked up to me. I was sitting in the garden there. She said, Swamiji, all this is very good. My experience was really very, very good. But we journalists are trained in such a way from the start that we do not believe in anyone. Do not show trust in anything. First you personally go, test, identify, experience it and then believe it. So I had the realization. I liked it well. Meditation is good, gives realization. But how can I make my other journalist friends understand that you are really special? You see why? Well, if I look at you, then you have 2 arms, I have the same. You have 2 legs, I have the same too. Blood runs through your veins, the same is here too. So we both are exactly the same. So how I do make my journalist friends understand that you are not a common man, you are someone special. I want to tell them, but I don't have any idea about how. How shall I? At that time we were sitting in the garden and there was a mountain behind us. Very huge and it had a peak. I pointed towards it, the peak, and said that every man wants to reach at the top of it. Reach over there. Every man wants to reach that peak, the top of the mountain. Secondly, one may take any route to reach the peak. There is no limitation. So you may take any route to reach the top of the mountain, you may reach. It is doable. But this one man, after spending 65 years of his life, slowly, paved his way and then reached the highest peak. And after having reached that peak, he did not just sit there and enjoyed. He wished that I would show the way to the people who want to reach this peak like I did. I would show them the way. With a great wish to make all the people reach the peak, he slowly came down. While descending, he pushed away all the thorns, all the stones that were in the way. And when he came down, he made a small gate and sat over there. And after making that gate, after all that, whoever came there with a wish to climb the mountain, whoever came there with a wish to reach the peak of mountain, he would ask everyone, do you wish to reach that peak over there? If so, then follow my trails, follow this route. I have been on this route many times. I have removed its thorns, I have removed its stones. So I know that this trail is going to take you directly to the top of the mountain. So believing in his advices, millions of people followed that trail only. Millions followed his route, and that trail soon became a highway. So is there a difference between the soil of the gate and that of the mountain? The soil of the gate and the soil of the mountain is the same only, the same. There is no difference in the physical sense. You may reach the peak using any route. You may reach that mountain peak using any route. But traveling through this gate is better, as millions have taken the same route only. It is a highly traveled path. It is a highway, not just a trail. So the soil of the gate and the mountain have no difference, except for one difference, that this path, this soil, has been accepted by millions so far. This soil has been used by millions of people so far. This soil has been trusted by millions so far. People have had realizations on this soil that they can reach the top through this. No other soil can do this. So there is no difference between you and me. You have two arms and so do I. We both are the same. But my body is the body that is connected with millions and millions of the souls, and millions of souls are connected with it, but not with you. This is it. So you explain this way. So I mean to say, the Guru looks common, but he is not common. Therefore, whenever you see the Guru, don't look at his body. Don't look at his expressions. Don't focus at his words. At that time, turn your mind introversive in the companionship of the Guru. After that, take your mind inwards only. Take it inwards. Just inwards. And then fix it at your soul only. And the soul will make you experience. What is the soul of the true Guru? What is my relation with this soul? What is my connection with that soul? How could we turn introversive due to it? For such realizations, such experiences, you need not read any books for that at all. For these experiences, for such realizations, you need not ask anyone at all. No need to go to anyone either. You just need to turn introversive. The companionship of the Guru must be mainly used for turning introversive only. The more introversive we are, the more time we give it, the more duration we give it, the closer we get to our souls, then your soul will turn very strong, your soul will turn very tough. All these material benefits you get are just byproducts. You just keep getting them. There's no importance of it. Let me give you an example. Honestly, I don't like to live in Mumbai. So there's a resort near Mumbai. I always stay there. I stay at that resort, and further away from there in the forest, there's a mango tree. I go there at 4 in the morning and sit there meditating under that mango tree. One day I woke up at 5 in the evening. As I woke up, a certain husband and wife had come there for jogging. They were there at the resort for jogging. After that, they asked me, Baba, what are you doing? Is this meditation? So in this way, we ended up talking. Generally about meditation, we talked for about half an hour or so about meditation, and after that they went to their home, I went to my place to stay. As I woke up the next day, I saw them waiting there, and they waited until I finished my meditation. After meditation, I met them again. So he was some head at some IT company in Thane. Then husband among them, suddenly he said, Swamiji, a miracle happened. I asked what happened. He said, I am head of IT in so and so company, some company he told, some good company. And secondly, for last 3 to 4 months, I was trying to write an IT program which was not happening. Yesterday it was a miracle. I met you and it was done in half an hour. I told him, there is no miracle or whatever in all this. He asked why. I said, it's not that you were with me for half an hour, am I right? For that half an hour, you were in the collectivity of millions of pure and pious souls in pure collectivity. So if you wouldn't have changed, that would be a miracle. It was meant to happen. Now just imagine that from this closeness of sitting just half an hour, this person had such a positive change in life, and you're sitting for hours here, how your life would change. Just think, how many hours you're sitting and how many more hours. How much you're going to change. So you just observe, post this camp, your life is going to experience a huge positive change. And its byproduct. For this, neither I did anything nor you have done. There's nothing to do. This will happen automatically. That's why one of the 8 supreme powers is wealth. Wealth is not everything itself. So give only that much importance to wealth. Give only that much importance to money. Not more than that. These all are byproducts. You'll be getting it just on the go in life without doing anything to get. About this, you can ask the old disciples here, their experiences. They too have had a lot of experiences. Each disciple is like a book. You can ask anyone and he will start telling you the whole long epic. He can narrate it the whole day. These people who are here, they aren't just here. Each one has their own personal experiences. Each one has their own encounters, connected on the basis of experiences. They have this connection. You just think. Millions of people here, from different countries, from different castes, from different religions, are connected to one organization. Such organization which has no temple, no deity. Regarding deity, there's freedom. Any deity you can worship. How can people connect in a huge number just on the basis of experience? So you're not connected just to this mega camp today. You are connected to an organization which is made from the collectivity of millions of pure and pious souls, which is connected through only and only experiences. So where you have connected, where you have reached, from where did you start, keep all that in your mind. Today we will do meditation. Like we did yesterday, right? We are going to do the same. We will be repeating the same. And the more you will keep your focus inwards, the more experiences you will have. Second thing I want to tell you, 2 things. If you feel no vibrations or if the vibrations are weak, please don't be guilty. This guilt, oh, everybody felt it. You ask everyone, did you get it? Yes, he got it. How come? Didn't felt? That's alright. I will explain what is this really. Suppose in some colony, you went to build a home, but the plot you got is a deep one in level. So you are building a house there, but that house cannot be seen. Does that mean you are not building a house? No, you are building, but it's not seen. It's like this, one will get it but late, other will get it even later. Don't pay any attention there. You are present here today, that's more than enough. So, as I said, do not think of it, that you get it or don't get it, nothing, alright? Second, if you experience even little bit of vibrations, little bit of experience you had, mount on that experience. What does mounting on means? As you see people keep playing on seashore, a wave comes and mounting on that wave they surf inwards. Similarly, mount your conscience on that wave and the second wave will come. You mount on that wave, the third wave will come. Mount on the third wave, fourth one will come, fifth will come, and you will reach the ocean. Means keep attention on the energy. Slowly, slowly, yes, keep attention. I got that wave, I got that experience, do not be greedy. Don't be guilty. As well, don't be greedy. I got such fantastic vibrations. Just mount on those vibes and keep attention on waves. One wave, second wave, after wave, after wave. Just go on. Just only do this. Nothing else. Now onwards, we will extend the time slowly, slowly. Actually, what I usually do, like a gardener has a sincere wish that his sapling should grow into a tree. But would it grow suddenly? No. It's the strength of the sapling, the age of sapling, size of sapling. Considering all these, he keeps watering slowly, slowly, slowly. Firstly, with watering can, then uses a bucket, then through a pipe. This gradually he goes on. Let it happen gradually with you also. There's no hurry, let it be slow. Hmm. We do like yesterday, sit in position straight. Put your right palm on top of your head like this. Press it gently. And secondly, the people who are sitting on chairs, please, it would be really better for me if you sit on the ground. Not for me, I mean, you will feel better. And if you cannot sit, then keep your bare feet touching to the ground. While pressing, gently rotate it clockwise 3 times like this. And get your hand down very slowly. Very, very slowly. No hurrying at all. This you have to do from soul, not just from body. Don't get it down suddenly. Get it down very, very slowly. Keep your attention. Focus there only where we had put our palms. Focusing there now, let's say, I am a pious soul. I am a pure soul. I am a pious soul. I am a pure soul. I am a pious soul. I am a pure soul. Now keep your attention on the crown chakra and keep meditating. Now let's pray to the Divine Supreme. O Almighty, please bestow us the self-realization. O Almighty, please bestow us the self-realization. O Almighty, please bestow us the self-realization. Now, very slowly, get your hands in front and concentrate on your palms. You will feel cold vibrations beginning to flow from there. Observe it. God bless you. Tomorrow, we'll study throat chakra. Throat chakra is connected to the success in your life. The success may be financial, or maybe social, or the spiritual. In all these areas, to achieve success, the throat chakra makes important contribution. So you too make your throat chakra compatible while coming here. Greetings.